hand. So much to say about yesterday and the decades we have spanned. Postcards from the park, this journey will embark. See what has changed and what remains on Sent from Disneyland. Sent from Disneyland.
Welcome to the Sent from Disneyland podcast.
Here age relives fond memories of the past.
If it's your first time joining us, welcome. On this podcast, we'll take a journey into the past and explore Disneyland, Disneyland history, and more, with mementos, snapshots, souvenirs, and postcards sent from Disneyland, from 1955 to the present. Let's start by thanking my patrons from patreon.com. You can join in at any level to support the show and receive snail mail from my trips to Disneyland and from my desk, plus some sneak peeks and bonus content. Special thanks to Random Olive, the first patron to this podcast, and to the rest of the e-ticket patrons, Tania, Eric Daniels, Monica Seitz Vega, Scott Cagle, Russ Romano, Michael and Christina Cross, Angela Reynolds, and Sheila Harry. C-ticket patrons Serious Inquiries Only, Debbie Weinstein, Jennifer Schneep, Grace Coate, and Ben and Noel Bruning, B-ticket patron Joshua Bell, and to the A-ticket patrons Elise Sharp, Zealot Infinity, Alexis Robles, Angel DeBlock, Daps Magic, and the Beyond the Railroad podcast. I am your host, your post-host Clocky, and today we have 2 postcards sent from Disneyland. The front of our first postcard has Abraham Lincoln standing on stage at the Main Street Opera House. Behind him is the Capitol Dome, a chair, and 2 flags. On the back it reads, Mr. Lincoln, Disneyland, USA. American history comes to life through our 16th president in Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, a dramatic audio-animatronic show presented in the Opera House on Main Street. It's not postmarked and has no stamp. Let's assume they visit the park on Monday, April 11th, 1966, when park hours were from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The weather was a high of 70 and a low of 53. Park attendance that day was 8,536. It's addressed to Dean Johnson of Wheaton, Illinois. It reads, Yesterday I saw this, and now I'm in their living room. Thinking about more Disneyland anniversaries, while we are still celebrating Disney's 70th, I've been organizing my Disneyland ephemera and came across the 35th anniversary Dream Machine tickets given to guests to win amazing prizes. Looking back at episode 283, Sent with Confetti, I mentioned the prizes given to guests during 1990. Looking at the physical tickets in my collection versus a list and image I found online, I have 24 of the 25 possible tickets given out by the gift giver machine. The only one I seem to be missing is a white ticket with the 35th anniversary logo on it. The rest of the tickets in my collection have a blue, green, yellow, or pink background. There's a popular myth that the white anniversary logo ticket were guaranteed winning tickets. This would explain the scarcity of them. Looking at 3 of them that are available on eBay, they are all winning tickets, each winning ticket earning a different prize, from Disney videos to a Mickey Mouse plush toy and a Mickey Mouse watch. These 3 tickets all have a hole punch at the bottom of the ticket, and the perforated bottom section of the ticket has been removed. The overall design of the front of the tickets include a torn banner reading 35th Anniversary Dream Machine. Below it, in black, is Disneyland written in the classic Gothic font. The center of the ticket has a drawing of a Disney character or characters. Single character tickets include Pinocchio, Snow White, Cinderella, Brer Bear, Brer Fox, Brer Rabbit, Tinkerbell, Roger Rabbit, Dopey, Pluto, Goofy, Daisy, Donald, Minnie, Mickey dressed as a sorcerer's apprentice, Sunny Gummy and Tummy Gummy from the Gummy Bears TV show, Scrooge McDuck, Gadget, and Winnie the Pooh. Tickets with multiple characters include Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Bianca and Bernard, Alice and the White Rabbit, and Chip and Dale dressed as the Rescue Rangers. Next to the characters is a box that would either have a prize printed on it or would say Dream Machine or would say, sorry, no win, as it does on all of my collection of tickets. Add some flair to your mail by checking out stamps at Enfield Post. You can explore different stamp options on our Etsy site, grab some great deals by following EP Sunday Sales on Instagram, or create something special and have her design a stamp array for your invitation or celebration. You can head over to EnfieldPost.com and explore all the different vintage postage stamps you can use on your next card or letter. That's ENFIELDPOST on Instagram and EnfieldPost.com for your wedding and vintage postage needs. Enfield Post is the official postage stamp sponsor of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. The front of our next postcard has Abraham Lincoln standing in the Opera House on Main Street. The two flags behind him represent the United States and the state of Illinois. On the back it reads, Mr. Lincoln, Disneyland, USA. American history comes to life through our 16th president in Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, a dramatic audio-animatronic show presented in the Opera House on Main Street. It's not postmarked and there is no stamp. Let's assume they visited the park on Sunday, October 9th, 1966, when park hours were from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The weather was a high of 80 and a low of 62. Park attendance that day was 18,786. It's not addressed. It reads, October 1966, but not this time, 1969 or 1975. Looking at the back of the ticket, it includes all the official rules. This included how to enter, which had the stipulation that each person, age 3 and over, who visits Disneyland Park in Anaheim during its regularly operating hours from January 1st through December 31st, 1990, and passes through the turnstile will receive Disneyland 35th Anniversary Dream Machine ticket. Entry the park is not required. To receive a ticket, you may obtain a free ticket by passing through a turnstile located at the pet care kennels. It's interesting that you get a free ticket from the pet care kennels, as to redeem any prize, you would have to go inside the park. The next section of the official rules reviews the prizes. It reads, all prizes will be awarded at random. The total number of and types of prizes made available to be won daily will be determined by the actual number of guests visiting Disneyland on any given day. A different number of prizes, or prizes of a different value, may be awarded on different days. If a minor wins the car, it will be awarded in the name of the parent or legal guardian. Travel companion of the winner of the airline tickets must be of the legal age of majority in their home state, and will be required to sign a liability release as it concerns this prize. If a minor wins the prize, they must be accompanied on their trip by their parent or legal guardian. All trips are subject to availability and subject to certain blackout dates. All travel must be completed by December 31st. Winners are responsible for all taxes, license, title, and registration fees, if any. No prize substitutions permitted except by sponsor due to unavailability, in which case a prize of greater or equal value will be substituted. No transfer of prizes permitted. Prizes not promptly claimed will not be awarded. All federal, state, and local laws apply, void where prohibited. The third bullet point concerned eligibility, which mentions that anyone over the age of 3 and not an employee or immediate family of an employee of the Walt Disney Company and its divisions, affiliates, and subsidiaries, as well as employees of Pricewaterhouse, Martin Kane Incorporated, and other persons engaged in any way whatsoever with this promotion. There would also be a requirement to sign an affidavit of eligibility and release before awarding prizes of $600 or more. The last section goes over general conditions, mentioning that tickets are not for resale. Disneyland reserves the right to extend the termination date of the sweepstakes. Also, tickets that are misprinted, erroneously issued, altered, illegible, mutilated, separated, counterfeit, or not obtained through legitimate channels are automatically void. And tickets are not for resale. A complete list of rules were also available at Disneyland Guest Relations. Below the perforated line, it mentions that commemorative pin prizes would be available at the main entrance, and all other prizes would be at the Disneyland Redemption Center located at the exit of the Walt Disney Story on Main Street, USA. There is a caveat that if you got a Dream Machine ticket, to head to the hub in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle to pull a lever to see if you could win one of the grand prizes of the day. I couldn't find any photos of the prize distribution center. I imagine it would be busy at the top of the day as well as at the end of the day around park close, when guests would remember to turn in their tickets for a Mickey Mouse watch. My incoming postcard is sponsored by the Art Throwdown. Art Throwdown, or ATD, is a craft hour on Instagram, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 Pacific. Art Throwdown is a wonderful community of artists who love to share their craft, from creating sticker postcards and coloring techniques to intricate paper cutting and unique crafting. It's always a treat to watch a show and occasionally get some one-of-a-kind postcards from the group. Each host brings something a little different to each show. I'll list some of the regular hosts, or you can follow Russ Romano 2021 on Instagram. The front of my incoming postcard has Mickey taking Minnie on a jungle cruise. You can see the dock in the back, as well as Jungle Cruise animals surrounding the boat. On the back it reads, Original artwork of Jungle Cruisin' by artist John Coulter. It's postmarked March 17th, 2025, with a Santa Ana cancel and a kitten with heart, love, forever postage stamp. Scott number 5745. It reads, I hope you like this postcard, signed by the artist. Thank you so much for the postcard, Kayla. It was great hanging out with you on Saturday. I've been organizing my postcards and ran across this one you sent last year. Part of my organization has been putting my incoming postcards in an album by sender. So far, my more prolific senders are from the Art Throwdown, and particularly Jim and April from that group, Shannon from Going To Guides, park friends like Jamie and Kayla, and Angela. I've also been sorting through my unsent Disneyland postcards to see what my collection looks like in binders. The 2 postcards I used in this episode are similar, but a key difference is the back printing. The first postcard was black ink for the printing, and the second postcard was blue. Since the stamps were missing on both, you could see the serial number, which is located in the upper right-hand corner, and are also different. I've been looking closely at Disneyland postcards for these subtleties. It's amazing how many different printings there were for some of the postcards. Thanks for listening to Sent from Disneyland. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and tell your friends. It would also help to leave a 5-star rating and comment on whatever podcast platform you use. If you'd like to support the show financially, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/sentfromdisneyland. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Sent from Disneyland or my website, sentfromdisneyland.com. For questions and comments, send me a postcard addressed to Sent from Disneyland, P.O. Box 44, Hood, California, 95639. This podcast is not affiliated with Disney, the United States Postal Service, or any post office or Disney-related properties. Opinions expressed on this podcast belong to the host and guests of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. This podcast is produced and edited by Clocky McDowell, website designed by Misty McDowell, theme song was written and performed by Noah Sunday Lefkowitz. Take it away, Noah.